Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Today I will be presenting a summary of the material from our SIG meeting on language assessment, specifically focusing on assessment listening. We often think of listening as a passive skill, but in language assessment, it is defined as the active ability to understand spoken message. It isn't just about hearing sound, it involves a complex process of four stages. First, hearing, the physical act of perceiving sound. Second is understanding, grasping the literal meaning of the words. Third is interpreting, analyzing the speaker's intent or the context behind the words. The fifth is responding, showing that the message was received, such as answering a question. Essentially, assessment measures how well students navigate these four stages. Assessing these skills comes with unique challenges that often make students anxious. The video highlights four primary hard lists. The one should nature. In many exams, the audio is only played once. This creates immense pressure on the students to watch everything in real time. A sense, variation in accent, whether native or non-native, can significantly affect comprehension if the student isn't familiar with them. Lack of focus, listening requires 100% concentration. A momentary lapse in focus can lead to missing the answer to the text 3 questions. Vocabulary gaps. If a student has a limited vocabulary, they will struggle to decode the message, no matter how clearly the speaker talks. To address these challenges, we categorize listening assessment into several types, ranging from simple to complex. First is intensive listening. This focuses on components like phonemes, words, or intonation. An example would be distinguishing between sheep and sheep. Second is responsive listening. This measures the ability to give a quick, appropriate reply, a short prompt like, "How are you?" The third is selective listening. Here the students must filter through a longer passage to find specific information such as a date or a price. The fourth is extensive and interpretive listening. These are higher level tasks. Extensive involves understanding the big picture of a story, while interactive involves a two-way flow of communication combining listening and speaking. And finally, how do we ensure a listening test is effective? We must follow four core principles. First is validity. The test must actually measure listening skills, not reading ability. Second is reliability. The results should be consistent across different seasons and testing times. The third is authenticity. The audio should be consistent across different student and testing times. The audio should be reflect a real-world situation, such as ordering food at a restaurant, rather than artificial robotic sentence. And the fourth is practicality. The assessment must be feasible to implement in terms of time and resource. Okay, next I'll answer the question critical thinking. First question, apakah multiple choice cukup untuk mengukur kemampuan listening secara menyeluruh? Jawabannya tidak cukup. Meskipun multiple choice atau pilihan ganda efektif untuk mengukur pemahaman literal dan informasi spesifik secara tepat atau objektif, teknik ini tidak bisa mengukur kemampuan interactive listening atau responding. Dalam kehidupan nyata, menyimak melibatkan partisipasi aktif. Untuk mengukur kemampuan menyeluruh diperlukan tes lain seperti short answer, note taking, atau tugas komunikatif di mana siswa harus bertindak berdasarkan apa yang mereka dengar. Soal yang kedua, mengapa mahasiswa sering gagal dalam listening meskipun mereka memahami grammar? Jawabannya, karena mendengarkan bahasa lisan berbeda dengan membaca teks saat diucapkan dengan cepat, seperti linking sound atau reductions. Phonological processing, ketidakmampuan mengenali bunyi kata saat diucapkan dengan kata. Real-time processing, saat membaca kita bisa berhenti sejenak, namun dalam listening, audio terus berjalan. Jika otak terlalu lama memikirkan struktur grammar, mereka akan tertinggal informasi selanjutnya. Lalu lack of focus, kelelahan kognitif atau gangguan konsentrasi sesaat. Soal yang ketiga, bagaimana cara membuat assessment listening yang lebih autentik? Jawabannya dengan menggunakan materi yang mencerminkan situasi dunia nyata seperti menggunakan rekaman pengumuman di bandara, potongan siaran berita, atau percakapan telepon yang tidak kaku. Lalu memberikan tugas yang relevan, misalnya mendengarkan instruksi resep, lalu diminta menggambar langkahnya, bukan sekedar menjawab A, B, atau C. Lalu memasukkan gangguan suara latar atau background noise yang wajar untuk mensimulasikan lingkungan asli. Yang keempat, apakah boleh audio diputar lebih dari sekali? Jawabannya secara pedagogis boleh dan sering kali disarankan, terutama dalam konteks pembelajaran formative assessment. Argumennya adalah mengurangi kecemasan. Memutar audio 2 kali membantu menurunkan tingkat stres siswa sehingga mereka bisa memproses informasi dengan lebih baik. Dan tahapan menyimak, putaran pertama atau mendapatkan ide pokok, yes, dan putaran kedua untuk memahami detail spesifik. Namun untuk tes standar seperti TOEFL biasanya hanya sekali untuk mengukur ketajaman spontan. Okay, last question. Bagaimana pengaruh aksen native versus non-native terhadap fairness dalam assessment? Jawabannya, penggunaan aksen sangat berpengaruh pada keadilan, fairness. Jika sebuah tes hanya menggunakan aksen native speaker seperti British atau American yang kental, ini bisa merugikan siswa yang terbiasa dengan aksen global atau lokal. Sebaiknya, penilaian yang adil menggunakan berbagai varietas bahasa Inggris World English agar siswa siap menghadapi kenyataan bahwa bahasa Inggris digunakan oleh orang-orang dari latar belakang dan budaya di seluruh dunia. Okay, in conclusion, assessing listening is about more than just playing a recording. It's about evaluating a complex active skill that requires focus, vocabulary, and interpretation. By using varied and authentic tasks, we can better measure and students through communicative competence. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.